Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you guys how to create a modded Minecraft server. But I'm not only showing you guys how to create a modded Minecraft server because there's plenty of tutorials on that. I'm going to show you guys how to create a modded server with plugins. So that is kind of the goal focus out of this. So we're going to be using this thing called Sponge. And on the bad side with Sponge, it doesn't have nearly as many plugins as Bucket or Spigot. But on a day-to-day basis, they're working to get more plugins out, and it's an awesome thing to have with Sponge. So yeah, on the bad side it's limited, but on the good side you can have any server version that you'd like. So you can be updated with this modded Minecraft server. So you can have 1.11 running with mods and plugins on your server. So with that being said, Sponge, it's a really new thing. So we're going to be using that, and I'm going to pretty much show you guys how to create everything from scratch, step by step. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to click on the first link in the description that will take you to Sponge. So click on Downloads, and it's going to bring you down here. Make sure you click under the Sponge Forge and click on Download. So from here you can choose any version that you want. You can go to older versions, but I'm going to go with the latest build, which is 1.10. So that's kind of the latest, even though 1.11 is out there, but it's not yet stable for 1.11 yet. So I'm just going to go with 1.10.2, click download. There we go. So we have the Sponge Forge. The next thing you want to do is you want to click on the second link in the description. Scroll down, click on the same version. So you're going to have to click on 1.10.2 because that's the idea. You want everything to work together. And then you're going to want to click on either latest or recommend. I'm just going to go with recommended. Make sure you click on installer. I have a Windows computer, so I'm just going to click installer win. So there we go. That'll take us to the out of focus, no problemo. So yeah, if you guys ever, okay, downloaded twice, no problem though. So yeah, if you guys ever have played on a modded server and wonder how there's plugins on there, well, this is how. And you guys will be able to create that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drag, okay, no we're not. We're going to drag these items that we download, so Sponge Forge and then the Forge installer, to our desktop. So now we have both of those things. The next thing you want to do is you want to create a server folder, obviously. So we're going to call this modded plugin server. So you can go ahead and drag the Sponge Forge in there, and then you can double click on the installer for Forge. Make sure to check install server, go to this ... and make sure to check the new folder that we just created, so the modded plugin server folder. Hit OK, and it's going to start to download all the libraries and everything like that. Alright, so we can get rid of that now. Open up this, and if you had any problems, make sure to just do the same process again. Click on the installer, try reinstalling it. You should have this new Forge Universal. So what we're going to do is we're just going to simply double click on that, and that's going to generate more files that we need. As you guys can see, the mods folder is now here. So the way this works is Sponge Forge is technically a mod that allows your server to be compatible with its plugins. So since it's a mod, we're going to have to throw Sponge Forge in the mods folder. Alright, so there we go. And the next thing that we have to do is we have to open up Notepad. So just go to Notepad, open it up, and then on here you're going to want to paste in the code that I have in the description. Simple as that. If you want more RAM, you can change this, make it a higher number. If you want less RAM to be allocated for the server, keep in mind the more RAM that you allocate, the less laggy your server will be. That's up to you. Make sure to save as, and then go in that server folder, so the modded plugin server, and then call it start.bat. Very important that you include the .bat at the end, and then save as type, click all files. Okay, for some reason we have to do that again. Okay, but we're in the modded plugin server, start.bat, and then all files, hit save. So there we go, we can close out of that now. Now what you want to do is you want to rename this, the universal, to just Forge. So there we go. Now start it up, and it's going to generate all the other necessary stuff that we need. Oh, I also forgot. Alright, so we're going to run into a problem here because I forgot to change the EULA to true. So it should have generated a EULA, so we're just going to let it give us the error. Alright, so it stopped on its own because we forgot to change the EULA, my bad. So just open up the EULA, right click on it, hit edit, and change false to true. Very important. If you don't do that, then you're not going to have a server. Hit save. Now we can restart it by double clicking on the start. There we go. Now it's going to generate all the other files that we need, including our first world folder. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, it generated the usual things that you'd have with the server, whitelist, server properties, this and that, the world folder. Pretty cool. So now our server is technically running, but we're going to want to get some plugins now and some mods. So let's go ahead and stop it. Anytime you stop your server, just type in stop, hit enter. That's the safest way to do it so you don't lose any saved progress. And yeah, so you can change any server properties if you want. Let's go ahead and check out the plugins before we check out the mods, because the mods, you know, everyone knows about the mods. Alright, so back on the first link in the description, the Sponge site. So there's a tab that has plugins. Go to that, and here's where you'll find all the compatible plugins that will work. And you'll even see some common plugins. Now these are plugins that they've all created on their own. They had to start from scratch because Bucket and Spigot plugins will not work with Sponge. Just won't. So as you guys can see, there are some common ones like holograms. That's one you see as a Bucket or Spigot. Command signs, command books. These are all really common plugins. Engine, simple chat, BetterHelp. So yeah, there's plenty and plenty of plugins, and they're creating new ones every day because they want this project to be huge eventually. So even Project Worlds, in case they don't have a multiverse core, you have this as a backup now. So what we're gonna do is let's just go with holograms. We're gonna go with that one. So we're gonna download it by clicking on the download, and we're gonna click on this holograms.jar, and then there we go. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna throw this in the mods folder, and that's how that works. You throw any plugins you download in the mods folder. Now we're gonna actually download a mod. So I'm just gonna go with the most famous mod, which is Pixelmon. I'm gonna go to downloads. And then let's find, we're gonna want Pixelmon Core, by the way. So let's just go with the latest version, which is for 10.2. Click download right here, and there we go. So let's wait this out. And also back on the plugin page, you can find all the commands, all the permissions, everything about the plugin right here, which is all really useful and neat. Alright, so now the Pixelmon is done downloading. Let's go ahead and drag that in the mods folder and start up our server. Alright, so after your server has been started up, open up your Minecraft. Obviously, you're gonna have to run a Minecraft launcher with Forge installed, and for any other mod that you want. So let's say we're using Pixelmon on the server. Your players are obviously gonna need Pixelmon installed. So let's direct connect, type in localhost, and let's click join server. Bam, we are in our Minecraft server. Obviously it's running Pixelmon, which is pretty freaking sweet. It is a little bit laggy. Alright, so let's go ahead and choose our starter Pokemon. I'm gonna go with Bulbasaur. And here we freaking are, guys. We're obviously on a modded server, but now let's go ahead and test out our plugin. Obviously it's a little bit laggy. I'm running a couple programs in the background, and it's kind of hard to do with OBS running. But obviously with any mods, especially a Pixelmon one, it's gonna lag quite a bit. So now it seems pretty good. Alright, so I'm gonna attempt to create a new hologram because I kind of lost the other one. So holograms, create, and A. We're gonna go with and C. I think that's red. And we're gonna type in success. Bam, hologram created. And here it is. Yes, we got it to work, guys. We are using the holograms plugin as well as the Pixelmon mod all in one. So as you guys can see here, the plugin actually works. And if you want to get your friends or any other random people to join your server, you have to make sure to port forward. And if you want to know how to port forward, make sure to click on the link in the description below the download links, and you'll find out easily how to port forward for your Minecraft server. Besides that, guys, this is how to get a modded and plugin server working. Now, guys, you can always check out all the other plugins. The mods are obviously already there, and they're endless. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this tutorial. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Peace out.